If my value is 1 million and you employ me paying me 1 million, then what will become the faith of the employer? So the employer has whether in a style of paying me just about what? Maybe about 150,000. So that 850,000 or thereabouts will be what is going to be flying back into his business and enjoying life with it. I have to tell you that this is the anatomy of business and labor relationship. So whatever work you are doing now and they are paying you very fast money, I beg you, don't accept today that that employer is not actually paying you your real due. And this is what happened here. There was an exchange. This gentleman had to make a very hard bargain. I wonder why it is somebody you want to exchange food for destiny. This was what Jacob did. Jacob said, I have this birthright. Sorry, you have this birthright. Give me your birthright in exchange for what? And I will give you porridge. What a very hard exchange. I thought that somebody should reason somewhere. I came to the conclusion that it is not everybody that you see in the street that reason. It is not everybody that is listening to this lecture that will take it the way it should be taken. There are some that when it happens, they will take opportunity. And there are some that they will sit down, enjoy the comfort of this, enjoy listening to lectures from morning till night, and it never rubs off on them. And of course, unfortunately, Esau fell into that trap. He sold his future for what? For porridge. May that not be our portion in Jesus' name. Jacob, by implication, through this dealing, was man that we can infer had a sense of tomorrow. He believes that when I have this birthright, it is not only me that will enjoy it. Who else will enjoy it? My generation will enjoy it. Some of the things that you've been given call to log into today, buy land here, invest here, invest there. If you're acting to this voice urging you to buy into the future, it is not only you that will give it. Who else is going to eat from it? Generations to come. Those that were not here will be partakers of the decisions that you make even while you are here. So, and this was what happened to Jacob. I don't want to flip what happened to Esau. Eventually, for those of you that are following me, you know how he sought for it with cry, and he was not able to do what? He was able to get it. Before I move ahead, don't you think that that is even a story in narrative? It's such that he possesses the spirit of Esau. He goes to labor to produce cocoa. He goes to produce palm kernel. He goes to labor to produce crude oil. But despite that, does he enjoy the final product of it? Why is it that the best chocolate in the world comes from Switzerland? Switzerland is a country that can never grow one tree of cocoa for 100 years. And yet, that's where the finest come. Why is it that when you go to Buckingham Palace, you have Buckingham Palace laced with those who are actually citizens of Gold Coast will never have the opportunity not even only of using gold, but of using fake gold? Is something occurring to our mind? Why is it that our land will produce crude oil, and yet with all our labor, with all the desecration that the production of crude oil will have on our land, and then we don't have fuel, and then the petrol that we produce in our nation will become an asbestos on our head? Don't you suspect that some people who have the mind of Jacob, they sat down somewhere to appropriate what did not originally belong to them? And so that's the consciousness that I want you to have today. A consciousness that sees tomorrow. A consciousness that jumps at opportunity when it evolves. So, the foundation, let's keep going. I don't have a prompter, so I will be depending on you. Of course, it's also the future for what? For momentary gain. Anybody that you see that is too momentary in his consideration is not a man to associate with. It's not even a man to befriend. Anybody that believes in let us eat it now and do what? And eat it now. Let's earn the salary. Tomorrow will come. Who knows tomorrow? As they say in Ghana. It's not a man to identify with. Peradventure, you have a friend that has that kind of mindset. That says, oh boy, forget it. That money, something will still come tomorrow. There's always a tomorrow. Please, it's not something to consult with. Jacob bought the future through what? Through foresight. I can tell you today that the whole essence of what you are being told today is just to further sensitize your mind for you to have a forward, a foresight of things that you cannot see now, but will definitely happen in the future. How many of you know that this place where we are standing today was actually a jungle some 20 years ago? Sorry, some 30 years ago. Was actually a jungle. How many of you know that the Korodu road that we are seeing today, that the road is so choky now for you? Many years, 40, 45 years ago, 50 years ago, that road appeared to be too excessive. Because those who bought in there, they felt, what have we come to do with the money? I actually live in Yaba. You know Yaba is now. The real people who have Yaba, you know those houses. From the history that I undertook, I was houses that were there before Zylus and Co came, to buy it off. They were actually houses that were bequeathed to them, to their fathers, by the railway workers. Some of those houses were sold for near nothing. Some of them, it was an exchange of labor. When the Oyibo man was going, he said, I owe you 3 months salary. Why not take this house? And then they go. At the last count, you can never get a house or a land, a tract of land. I'm talking to you from experience, that is less than 100 million in Yaba as you speak. Land in those small cubicle houses that you will destroy. And if you are slow to it, some other people are coming to do what? Are coming to take it up. So in essence, it is men of vision, as you will see, that will be champions of tomorrow. Some saw it at that time and they logged into it. And today, they are done. But their children are doing what? Their children are eating from their labor. May your life not end with you. Amen. When they lack vision, their lives always end with them. There are 2 types of people, of course, those who sell their future and those who buy their future. Those who are rapidly looking for opportunity, or people who are ready to sell their future and to buy, for them to buy even from such people. And I believe that that spirit is what everybody here should carry else from here. Your ability to scout for those who have a future and they are ready to sell their future. And for you to log into it, buy it, keep it, and wait for it. Let's go. Okay. Do we go back? Go back. Okay, go. Let's go. Sorry. No, let's go. Yeah. When understanding the future, I just believe that I should bring to your perspective. When we talk about the future, there are 2 perspectives that I want us to look at. The future perception is shaped by how we see time and responsibility. I think I've talked about that. And one critical thing you also have to know about understanding the future is that the future starts when? Now! Let nobody be deceived in his mind's construct
that the future we're talking about is going to happen maybe in 10 years' time, in 5 years' time. The seed of the future is laid now. And we should also be mindful of the fact that in talking about buying in the future, actions that you take now will shape what comes next. I am somebody that likes to embellish my presentation with life stories. About 23 years ago, I was a manager working in a firm, in a company in Victoria Island. And Lekki was just unfolding at that time. I had these lawyer friends. You know, lawyers are very clever, and sometimes they can be very, you might have said corny. I don't want to use corny, but they can be very smart. I had this lawyer who was a friend from university, and we kept our friendship. He was always coming to me. He was working as a puppy lawyer with a firm. Then all of a sudden one afternoon he came to me and said, Tope, some tracts of land are going to be sold at Lekki. They are actually 4 lots. I have gone to the Baba that want to sell the land. I am offering the Baba, I think he mentioned one ridiculous amount, maybe 50,000. And then I have also offered to give him the ballet, my whole Peugeot 505. You know Peugeot 505? It was not even a fine one, it was a rickety one. So I said, Francis, you are a wicked man, no? So you want to give this 505? He says, Baba Ballet now, Baba wanted prestige in exchange for his land. I told you that in the world we have 2 people, those who want to sell their future and those who want to buy. So my friend said, well, that is sin for me. But I consider you as a very good friend of mine. And I know that you have a stable job. You can musculate. Why not just get about 300,000? So that you will also buy the 2 that I reserved for you. I have already done the legal whatever. You know, sometimes when you come across destiny partners, may God open your eyes to see them, to see through them. Because there are times that those who will help you, you begin to run away from them. So my vision could not carry what he was telling me. Just like some of you, your vision may not carry what you have been told about what Zylus is offering. But I beseech you, with God, all things are what? They are possible. Anything over the law, he who does not go will not come. So, to cut the long story short, the vision was too big for me. He kept pressing me. Each time I saw him, I will run away. Each time he came to my office, so one day he blocked me. He said, Tope, I'm already, the Baba is running out of patience. I said, go and tell him, I don't have money to buy. He said, you don't have money to buy? Fine. He left. And we forgot about it. So, years came, maybe 10 years after, and everybody began to move towards Lekki. Something kept telling me, you have lost the virtue. You have lost something that should have determined the narration of your life. But I kept muscling it. But something significant happened. He went ahead, built the house, kept the other, built on one, kept the other. My firstborn graduated from the university. I needed to work in KPMG. And they told him that he was going to resume on Monday. The employment came on Saturday. I didn't have anybody in the axis. So I was looking for who will help me to hammer him, at least in the time being. And my friend's identity, my friend came to my mind. So I picked the phone, I called him. He said, Doctor, let him come. I will keep him in my house. In Lekki. I said, what? That's your house? He said, yes. He took the baggage of my son, took it to Lekki, gave him a room. And in the course of their conversation one day, he asked him to come out. The guy came out. He showed him the 2 plots of land that should have been bought by his father. And my son called me and said, Dad, Lawyer Francis told me the story of how you bungled an opportunity to have become a several hundreds millionaire by now. You know, we are men of faith. It was a very touching story for me. Thank God that my son didn't finish by telling me, but impliedly, he told me I was a failure. He simply implied it. Daddy, how did you miss that? Do you know what they sell land there now? 250 million times 2. If I had 500 million as at the time I was talking, definitely, like the master of ceremonies said, you will not find me tomorrow. So why am I saying this? Your action that you take today will definitely shape the future. And you have been introduced into one of the best investment paths that you can ever have. All other investments that you put elsewhere, the economy has a way of demeaning them. The only investment that you have now, the major investment, is in property. Because human activities keep increasing. And your land does not have elasticity. It's the same land that the entire Lagos has that it will have until their kingdom come. Yet, you are having more children. Industry are spreading on the same land. What would that do to pricing? If you continue to shoot pricing up. I was telling one of my staff today when I left, I told him that the greatest rule in life is man know thyself. Man know thyself. You are a worker working as a salariat, as somebody that is being paid salary somewhere, and you went to go and rent a house, mind my word, rent a house in Lagos mainland, rent a house in Ikoyi, rent a house in Lekki, when you know that 10 years from now, the increase in your salary may not be able to match up with the rent. Eventually, where you said you will never live is actually where you will beg to live. So why not take the advantage now to buy the future? Somebody said Ikorodu. In fact, Ikorodu is better. You know, as an investor, I have highs in Ogun State because that is the next window that we have. And when you go inside the deep bushes of Ogun State, who do you find there? You find the Lagosians. Those who ordinarily said, Emike, I can never live in no. Some people to go and live at Yanabaja alone is too much for them. But they forgot that, as the Yorubas will say, iná ilé lọmọ ẹranko aṣekini ló máa yá bẹ́yìn. All those places where you say you will never live, you better start conditioning yourself first to go and take advantage in those places. If God now says you are coming back to Lagos, all the monies that you are raised in that place, what will you use to do? You use it to launch back to where? To Lagos. I hope I'm talking to somebody today. Yes, man know thyself. Man know thyself. They said if you don't know somebody's story, tell your story. I fell into that category when I first came to Lagos. I had relationship with Ogun State, and I felt, look, I don't have capacity to come and take a flat in Lagos. Since I'm coming from Ogun State, I decided to keep my flat in Ogun State, and I was escorted in Lagos. I escorted like that for several years. So the money I get from Lagos, where do I use it to go and invest? I go to Ogun State. Where people are not putting eyes, I put eyes. Where they are begging me to come and pay small, I log in there. And to God be the glory today. I can say that I am one of those that can tell you where to pass when you come to that place. Because I have already taken position. As a Yoruba man, adage used to come to my heart so much. The Yorubas will say, ẹni tó bá kọ́kọ́ débi òkú adẹ́tẹ̀, òun ló máa mọ̀ èyí tó dáa bẹ̀ láti dìmú. Thank you. If a man that is leprous, a leper, dies here, and the duty of everybody sometimes is to carry the leprous man, and they say all of us must carry this leprous man. It is the first person or persons that go to where the dead leper is that will be able to look at the body. You see those places where water is coming out, I won't catch that one. You see places where maggot is already coming, you say, no, I won't catch that one. Then you go to a place that is safe and lived. When others come, where will they hold? They will go, if you say I should leave where I've left, I say, I've already held this place, you met me here. Gentlemen, people that will take advantage of the future are people that are adventuristic. They are people that are ready to go even when they have not seen where. May God help us. Amen. Let's move quickly so that okay, let's go, sir. Of course, this is a matter of good theory. These are destructive forces that you must prepare for. They are forces that must happen. They are forces that you don't have control over. Economic and monetary instability. The 1,000, the 100,000 last year. Is it the same 100,000 now? Political and regulatory shifts. Things will begin to happen. Before the present government came to power, was it the same pricing system that we have now? No. There will be political alignments and realignments. Practically speaking, do you know that for many years, some of us thought that redeem, some of you may be redeemers here. Although those that are redeemers that are here, they ran away from the convention. So, but you know where redeem is. For many years, I used to think that redeem was part of Lagos. As a matter of fact, when they mention redeem, they say kilometer 10. Lagos, Ibadan. Did they mention Ogun there? But when some governments, by virtue of politics, came, they say, hey, come, stop talking about Lagos, Ibadan. Redeem Christian Church of God in where? In Ogun State. So, political shifts and consideration as a way of changing your fortune, either positively or negatively.
So the two clients here, you can hold on to continue enjoying the lecture.
Okay. So also have social and demographic changes. Social and demographic changes, they are destructive forces that can also affect you. Demographic changes. There could be tendency some days for you to change your mind and have more children. Somebody is laughing. There is nothing that is permanent in life. And there may be tendency also that the younger ones that you have now may be more demanding of their ancestral rights. That can also happen. You must factor in all these considerations. Okay? Then of course, there can be market volatility as we are witnessing now. consumer behavior may change. Even in the housing environment, I believe now that God were those days that when you wanted to build a house, you always think that when you build a 3-bedroom apartment, it is very good. But now from my experience, I have some 3-bedroom apartments that pay lesser than one studio apartment. 3 bedrooms, well equipped, well everything. And I started asking my agent, why this one is 3 bedrooms? This one is just one studio. They say, okay, that's where the world is going. All these people no want big houses again. They say some of them, out of selfishness, quote and unquote, when you have a big house, people from your village will start saying that go to Auntie Lara's house when you get to Lagos. He go find way to feed you. But now when you come, and where you are even going to put your leg is a problem. Will you sleep another night there? No. Product distribution and so on and so forth. Let's go quickly to decoding the future. Decoding the future. Go on, next slide. Okay, I just will quickly run you through for the purpose of lecturing. When you talk about the future, don't always think that the future is just about where you are facing. There is a gentleman that identified 5 types of future. The number 1 future is the future that is already in motion, the one that you can see. Another future is the one that is beyond the one you can see. A future like the one that Jacob saw, that he knows that after I'm married, after I raise grandchildren, there's a land that actually all these people are supposed to occupy. It was not just seeing the future ahead, it was seeing the future beyond. And somebody also talked about future around. Excuse me, I think this is where many of us should appreciate the future as it is now. As we speak here, I was told off stage here that when we call some of you and talk about your testimonies, about the extent to which you have put to use what you have had, about the fact that the markets that you have generated, is some of us without. So you have future even around you. You have examples of people that are already trading in the future that you want to become. You don't need to copy anybody's notes. Whose notes should you copy? Just copy that person's notes. Excuse me, sir. Did you do it? How did you start it in such a way that you that never had food to eat, you are not talking about bombing heads and having fights? And of course, number 4, we don't ever need to know that we are here. Behind there, I have told you what was the explanation of future behind that I told you in the course of this lecture. The future that I saw, will I ever repeat that error again? Lie with my friend. Every opportunity now is for what? It's for grabs. As I see land in Lagos, I buy. As I see land in Ogun, I buy. As I had this land in Lorry, I buy. If I had this land in Abuja, what will I do? I buy. Why am I so aggressive at buying? It's because of what? The future behind. If you don't know where you are going, you should know where you are what? You are coming from. And of course, the future beside, that may affect you. I've just talked about the future beside. Those that are already getting it. Those that are already doing well. I happen to know a place. I don't know how many of you know that place around Ofada. Sometime in my church, some of us talk about church. If you don't want to go to church because of God, go sometimes because of your future. Because the Bible says that the church is a ground and pillar of truth. There are some mistakes you make in the church. Nobody will beat you. There are some opportunities you get that you can't get anywhere. When they pick on you and say, Brother Shola, you are going to lead the mission. a bush in Owoniegba, as you are going there faithfully to serve God, what will you also be seeing? You should be seeing what? Opportunities. It's not only the spiritual, but also the what? The physical. So we were posted there, and at that time the whole place was desolate. For those of us who know that axis, we are talking about the Shagamu interchange. How many of you know that Shagamu interchange? There's a road that leads to a place called Mokoloki. From Mokoloki, you bust out at Papa. From Papa, you bust out at Ilaro. From Ilaro, you go to Okeodo. And from there, you go out. At that time, it was not a pleasurable place. It was a place full of armies. Yet, I saw some people who went to take advantage. Now, there is a high wire road for those who know that place. A high wired road from Mokoloki that is tailing down to the border. So land that used to sell for 500,000 has suddenly jumped to 5 million, and it's still what? Moving. So there is future beside. I saw somebody who said, Brother Tokwe, we have come to this place to do evangelism. But for every sacrifice, there's a ram in the ticket. For every sacrifice that you go and do for God, even though that is not God's motivation alone, but there is a reward that he has kept somewhere. Just like he gave a ram to Isaac when he went to Abraham when he went to sacrifice Isaac. He saw that this sacrifice is good. How do I compensate this my son? What did he do? After he saw that it was good, he said there is a ram that is tied in the ticket. And to God be the glory today, I took advantage for less than 300,000 that time. That's selling for about 5 million in that village. And as I'm here, they are calling me, do you want to sell that land? I said, how much is it? They say 5 million. Put it to. Opportunities to you. Choose it up. So let's go, sir. Okay. So what are barriers to buying? These are some of the problems that we tell you. Just listen to them. It is just let nobody live here today without making a decision. Let nobody stay here today without doing what? Making a decision. Number one, short-term gratification. Like I told you about those people who are living there, they want to be gratified. Some people tell me, look, you guys waste your time. Why are you going towards all those places, lengthy extension and so on, when you enter to reach there? They have been trouble for you. Why don't you stay in Yaba and be managed? Gratification. Some people collect even loans. I work in the public service before, and different horrible mindsets before I ran out of the place. Somebody collected loan and he used it to do party. Look, your father has died and you collected loan. The Bible says, let the dead do what? Bury their dead. If you cook plenty manu, when people come, will all of them be satisfied? Some people they will say, oh boy, you are going here again. Look at the big meat they went to put in the plate. They should have given us small meat. So those that you want to kill yourself for, they are not even satisfied with you. So that's the place where I see people who are caught short by short-term gratification. Do you know that it got to a state that the car that I was using, I was looking at the car. I said, this car, the very day you buy a car, what happens to it? Depreciation. But if I sell this car, I'm invested there will be temporary deprivation of immediate gratification. I will check. Those who saw me yesterday, we asked Mr. Dada, where's your car? Was I born with a car? If you want to move far and back into the future, you must rescue your life from those who want to destroy it. Because in Africa and in Nigeria, when they see you trekking, they don't want to know what you use your money for. What will they do? What will be that? As it comes back for you, I say, okay, hold on. You will soon know whether it will become bad or what or not. Don't let anybody scare you off. There are assets that you have in your house. You know that some of you have the mindset that this property that I've acquired, let me keep it. I will not sell it, even though you have a competing one. The model that was produced 25 years ago, and you are saying that's my first car. Car here, are you the one that produced the car? Why not sell it off and invest the money? Some of you have antiquated refrigerators in your house. You have a store that you have kept all your old AC, old fan, old motor, and you have already that you have a car that is already granted irrespective of the day we want to buy. Collect the money and use it to do what? Invest. Invest in Zylus. Fear of the unknown, of course, this is the greatest. And a lot of times, what you fear most does not even exist. What you fear most, some people at the point at which I wanted to get married, I looked at myself and made a wrong decision to go and get married. And on the day when the pastor was connecting us, something came into my mind. I said, "Oh, you walk down, you may have 6,000. You know you to eat. You go carry woman." Then the pastor was saying something was going on in my mind. But with the glory of God today, I estimated the power that is in marriage. That one will chase one person, and two will chase. So every young man that is here, I bring to your stand. You are thinking that, oh, it is too late when I am a blessing of life. Poor financial. Our house, 11,000. You are using some pepper soup. Not pepper soup. Pepper soup used to have 2. What is it, brother? Yeah. I say when you stand up every day, or at least twice in a day, you have standard how much? What is the receipt that you get from pepper soup? You will have to be. I don't want to work like this. That is the receipt. But now, accurately, please, for those who know a little bit of arithmetic, let's appropriate 30,000 every week. 30,000 times, how do we multiply it now? Times 4. 120. 120 times 12. Help me now. Help me, give me. She said she wants for her money. She must enjoy her what? Herself. Look at the mindset. But I wanted to do that arithmetic for her to know that she has to enjoy herself. A wicked man will live, a good man will leave an inheritance. By the future. Nobody will give you certificate for your stomach protruding. And those that gather around you, oh, one man not here. No, I see them. What will they do? They will cause somebody else. Environmental influence, of course, be watchful of those you make your friends. Yeah? You cannot intend to fly like an eagle when you consume the chicken. You cannot hope to be a high flyer when all those who are around you are men that for thousands, even when it's not for thousands, even when it's and his time is of excess. And his time is of excess. So I said I was going to give it up. He said, sir, let me tell you something. Yourself. So what am I saying here? There are forces when motivation walks away. You just have to self-motivate yourself. A man that has not taken a risk is a man that does not own the future. Respect small beginnings. I know we are on different platforms as we are here. There are some of you that have pool of funds that after this talk now you want to Zylus, you want to ED, you want to the top brass and say, look, I have this money. And there are some of you that money may even be small. The only crime is that nobody should go away without doing something. Do not despise small beginnings. That's Zacharias 4:10. Yes, sir. Sir, who is controlling you? Okay. Of course, these are issues that you can take away, avoiding limiting beliefs. I just told you, in life generally, apply the 18 principle. Please, when you get home, this is the principle that originated from the US, was sold to the Japanese, and the Japanese have taken it from the US and took it as in their own. So when you see the finest products coming from Japan, particularly the Toyota and other brands, it is this 18 principle that they apply. And what is the principle? Every day you sit down at night, you must be able to appraise your life and say, what have I added to myself today? It's a general principle that applies to your life and applies to investment. It says success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in, day out. Small addition. What have I added? What have I seen? Who have I talked to? Which social capital have I? Be true to yourself. I think I told you about this. Man no die. Believe in your future. The best way to predict your future is to do what? To create it. You are here listening to me because you have inner capacity to create the future. And of course, do something. Everybody say, do something. Doing nothing is far worse than making bad decisions. You know, this has been with me for a very long time. Why? Because great men that you see, they are men that believe that they must just take a step in whatsoever they do. Even though they know there is lion on the way, they still do what? They still take a step. And anybody, let me illustrate with this. I had a friend, he's deceased now. Each time I carried him in my car, and we go to a place where all these guys sell novels. You know, there are some pamphlets, some smart people guys write pamphlets. Have you seen it in traffic? Whether the English is correct or not. And we, those of us who have entered Modwell, seriously, Modwell in those days happened to be the General Enterprises store. Where do your own finish, make I do my own. The man that will sell medicine for cough when I finish. Me that want to sell global map, I will do my own. The one went to sell maganin is also there. Turn by turn. That's the rule of movement. Sorry for those of you who never enter movement. So if that letter, that my friend being an editor in a newspaper, we now buy all those ragtag pamphlets and we sit down in his house. He will be editing it. Somebody wrote paper. Now you the editor. So when I go, we talk, what has the world become? See the way people write. My God, what kind of nonsense is this? What kind of grammar is this? I didn't know the right answer. I said, God, give me a word for this. That's the problem. You've been editor for donkey years. You have not even written a letter to the editor. So I said, Mr. David, you know I have a problem with you. A bad idea that is sold is better than a genius idea that is in the portfolio. Let's salute those who are written this. You and I, what have we written? It's not his paper. It's not criticizing. I say, talk where to be like. I say, we are just. So please, do nothing is far worse than making bad decisions. Make bad decisions. It's part of your life. Great men are men and failures in different lives. When someone says a relocation, I mean, he was taking it at a risk. I mean, because he knew that someone will say, I see no come. He has done. You don't take a decision. Let something be written about you. If you don't leave the ocean, I'm sure of, you never discover new oceans. You are staying at the bar beach and say, see all these people going. One day, if all this should be not capsized, and they have been going and coming, bringing in money, will you discover new ocean? You will never. So what am I challenging you to today? You need this doing something. A man who did nothing is going to reap nothing. So I think I am coasting if I'm not ended. Go sir. Well, in conclusion, everybody let's conclude together. The future, let's go. 1, 2, 3. The future is not to be feared, but to be invested in. Porridge may smell good now, but the birthright holds generational power. Later, by the future. Thank you so much. God bless you all. I think